Councilwoman Raman is talking about safety, yet when animal rescue activist Rebecca Corey came in and said the dogs are being tortured and abused on the streets of downtown, she walked out of the hearing. She doesn't care about safety. She doesn't care about anything she's talking about. At least Mayor Bass pretends to care.
People were wondering, should the candidates next of you have apologized to you?
First off, Mayor Bass and I are definitely not working together. I blame this person for burning my house and my parents' house and my town and all my neighbors down. I am not working with Mayor Bass. Second off, if I wanted to run against anybody, it would be the council member who is terrible. Mayor Bass has at least been a mayor for almost 4 years. I think it's easier to run against the incumbent mayor with all the unions or a random city council member who's been a failure for 6 years.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure the majority of you know about LA Mayor Karen Bass. I've covered her a couple times on this channel. This is the woke mayor who's this black and I think LGBTQ mayor who's certainly pro-LGBTQ. That's pretty much everybody that she hires is gay most of the time, a gay woman in particular. And she allowed her entire city to burn to the ground. Okay, she decided to go to Ghana. Okay, she had to go back to the motherland during the time when there was a bunch of fires coming. She knew that they were coming. She still decided to go on her trip. You're like, man, ain't no stopping my trip. I'm about to go on my vacation. She came back and it's a glorious fires all around, right? So she came back to a nice little light show because thousands of houses were burned down. And one of these individuals, Spencer Pratt, this guy had his house burned down as well, along with his parents' house.
I'd love your reaction to Karen Bass, who says you're exploiting the grief of people in the Palisades.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Karen Bass forgot that she let my house burn down and my parents' house burn down. And I had actual neighbors burn alive across the street from my childhood home. The only grief is my grief, my community's grief that I initially started this fight on behalf of. And she forgets I have received 2 community advocate awards from the Pacific Palisades community. So it's the most insane, psycho, diabolical thing I've heard in a minute, but it's not shocking. This is the same woman that will allow 7,000 houses to burn to the ground, 12 people to burn alive, and then actively cover it up, get caught covering it up, and then say that the LA Times is lying, even though they have the emails where she's altering the after action report, which, as far as I'm concerned, is obstruction of justice. So it's disgusting.
He is triggered and he decided enough was enough. It's crazy how a lot of things happen in people's life that really wake them the heck up. And it's like, hey, I'm tired of this nonsense. I want to run for office, see if I can make a legitimate change. Now, does he stand a chance? I don't know, but it sure as heck looks like he was cooking with Crisco in this debate here. Let's go ahead and react to this. By the way, guys, there's a new feature on YouTube where you can hype videos. So be sure to like the video, hype the video. It helps out a lot. Appreciate you.
Fire. You lost your neighborhood. How does that really color your view of what needs to happen at this point? And how does that help others moving forward?
Yes, thank you for the question. To the Mayor Karen Bass's, the 1,000 firefighters that were available, but there was no engines for them because of the $17 million that Chief Crowley had asked the mayor for 9 weeks before, and Mayor Karen Bass denied it. So they may have been available, but they didn't have the equipment they needed. Not to mention Janice Quinones, who Mayor Karen Bass put into her position of power at the LA DWP. She drained both of these reservoirs that these firefighters needed to put out these fires. A lot of people talk about climate change and hurricane force winds. The winds in the Pacific Palisades never reached higher than 40 miles per hour. For those first 6 hours, they didn't go above 27 miles per hour. So without those 2 reservoirs filled with 117 million gallons and 5 million gallons, these firefighters had to fly all the way to Malibu and Encino to get water. So that, to me, is the most dangerous thing that the mayor put us up against.
Mr. Pratt, a follow-up here, though. What would you do moving forward that would make this better 2 years from now if we face the same situation?
Well, first off, as mayor, I will never drain the reservoirs that we need for wildfire protection. There's this conspiracy now that they're empty, that they were for drinking water. But if you research it, they were actually made for wildfire protection. As mayor, I'm going to add 20 dip sites all around the communities connecting to pools. So God forbid the water system goes down again, these dip sites that will be connected to individuals' pools will fill up for the helicopters to have water.
Mayor Bass, do you have a response to that?
Yeah, absolutely. He's saying several things that are completely inaccurate. First of all, there was one reservoir that was out of commission. He is correct. 1 million years ago, it was for wildfires, but over the last 30, 40 years, it's been for drinking water. He talked about the winds. That is just completely inaccurate. If that were accurate, then the planes would have been able to fly. And so the winds reached close to 100 miles an hour, and the planes were unable to fly. So if there were reservoirs, if that reservoir had been open, it would not have worked. We had 2 other reservoirs totaling 8 billion gallons that were available. But could not fly.
Yes, she mentioned me. So this is just an incredible.
Before she continues, I don't know how this is even a thing that it seems like she's trying to argue basically, hey, we had enough water. I mean, the firefighters literally said that they didn't have enough water. As a matter of fact, one of her gay friends, who was, I guess, the chief of the firefighting staff, admitted that Karen Bass let her down.
You guys still having water problems?
Yeah, no water. No water at all. Right now.
The city of Los Angeles fail you and your department and our city?
It's my job to stand up as a chief and exactly say justifiably what the fire department needs to operate to meet the demands of the community.
Did they fail you?
That is our job, and I tell you, that's why I'm here. So let's get us what we need so our firefighters can do their jobs.
Did they fail you?
Yes.
Let's continue.
Incredible liar. Everyone on their phones, Google it. 40 weather stations in the Pacific Palisades. It never went above 40 miles per hour. She is referencing the Altadena
I have to interrupt you
fire.
for a minute. No. I have to interrupt you. No name calling,
She just
please.
lied, though.
Yeah, but no name calling. We
She
can
called
fact
me
check.
a liar.
I did
don't
not.
believe.
Like, you got to get the debate moderator to come in and save you. You already know what time it is, because you know these people going to be liberal as hell out there in California. And of course, the fake news is like 99% liberal, and that's who appears to be moderating this debate as well. But let's continue with not this clip, another clip here.
Robin acts like she doesn't have any authority with this homelessness.
This is this other person that he's debating, Nithya Raman. Okay, this is the other lady on the end who wasn't saying nothing earlier.
Robin acts like she doesn't have any authority with this homelessness. She was the 3rd most powerful person in city council. She runs the homeless housing thing. She acts like this is just Mayor Bass. First off, inside safe, I like to say inside safe makes all of us outside unsafe. The reality is no matter how many beds you give these people, they are on super meth. They are on fentanyl. The DEA statistic says 93% of this is a drug addiction problem. Nithya, Councilwoman Robin's plan for treatment first, I will go below the Harbor Freeway tomorrow with her, and we can find some of these people she's going to offer treatment for. She's going to get stabbed in the neck. These people do not want a bed. They want fentanyl or super meth. These ideas cost us over $400 million to house for 70, what did you say? 3,000 people for $400 million? This is an absolute failure for both of them. They're a team.
So, Councilmember Raman, you have 30 seconds to respond.
I want to just say to everybody who's watching today, you're going to watch today as Mayor Bass and Spencer Pratt attack me because they want to run against each other in the general election. Each of them thinks that running against each other is what's going to help them win. And they don't want to run against me because my ideas, which are based on real results in my district, which are based on real data, a real analysis of the system, and a focus on accountability and using every dollar as effectively as possible, which we have done in my district. I want to take this citywide. This is why this is happening today.
Councilmember Raman, we're out of time. I'm going to give each of you 30 seconds to respond to this.
I would
Mr.
love
Pratt,
to
I'm going to start with you, and then I'm going to go to Mayor Bass.
First off, Mayor Bass and I are definitely not working together. I blame this person. for burning my house and my parents' house and my town and all my neighbors down. I am not working with Mayor Bass. Second off, if I wanted to run against anybody, it would be the council member who is terrible. Mayor Bass has at least been a mayor for almost 4 years and has, as she talked about earlier, the unions, all the unions endorsed Mayor Bass. You think it's easier to run against the incumbent mayor with all the unions or a random city council member who's been a failure for 6 years? I would much rather run against Councilwoman Raman. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Pratt.
Yo, this dude cooks with Crisco, guys. Obviously, this is, from what I've seen, I wasn't watching the debate live, but from what I've seen, this is basically how this entire debate went. Anytime this guy opens his mouth, he just starts, because just the flames just start coming out. It's like anybody who's his opponent is it's like you just feel the burning. It's a burning sensation. Don't touch him. Unless you want to get burned. But guys, now again, I mean, this guy's if you guys hadn't noticed, this is a Republican, Spencer Pratt. So what are his chances? I mean, I really don't have any idea. Against Karen Bass, I mean, you never know. He might cook against Karen Bass, but against his other woman, because she doesn't have like a bad rep, she's unknown. I think that Karen Bass has a horrible reputation for not restoring these houses, which is rumored that allegedly some of her staff is saying she's intentionally slow walking it because Trump was trying to push her to go faster. So she's like, well, I'm gonna go slow, right? I'm gonna go extra slow because Trump told me to go fast, right? Which wouldn't surprise me at all. But you know, who knows if he has a chance? But even if he doesn't, and I hope he does, at least we get to watch him cook during these debates and make a fool of these people, because usually that does get you somewhere. It may not win you that mayoral election, but maybe it'll win you some people who are watching like, this mayor does suck. Maybe some people in other districts and other elections will be influenced by it. So every little bit counts, but these are just my thoughts, guys. Let me know what you guys think. Drop a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. I appreciate you guys watching. I'm out. Shout out to my members, patrons, and fellow anomalies, Cyber Noodle, 655, The Great, Bella Scott, Carpentier John, and Pinecone 6. I appreciate you guys every single day.
I didn't come here looking for apologies. I've not gotten one from anybody in the city for, 16 months, so it's not surprising. I didn't think they would. If they apologize, it admits their failures. And I'm up here because of their failures. That's the only reason I'm running, because I said enough of these failures. We need an outsider. No more politicians, no more lying. We need the truth. People are done with the lies.